Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Priyon Joni. So today I'm going to talk about 9 reasons why I believe every DJ and music artist should own a camera, a good camera specifically. But first, a word from our sponsor, Direct Music Service. DMS is an online database for working DJs and mix artists. It's the one-stop shop where you can get your music from for your gigs. It's a searchable, organized database with thousands of edits, remixes, and different versions of your favorite tracks from many different genres. You can now save some money and get a discount using one of these 2 coupon codes. Use the code PJMonthly and get 30% off your first month off any monthly subscription. Use the coupon code PJYearly and get 10% off your entire first year of any yearly subscription. Go to directmusicservice.com today to sign up. So by good camera, what does that exactly mean? Well, what I don't mean is it's not your iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's not your GoPro. What I'm talking about is a fully manual camera that's made for professionals or prosumers, professional consumers. Basically, that means your DSLRs, your mirrorless, or even your cinema cameras. And there's a huge range of selection of the type of cameras you can get at different prices. If you want to see a video exploring some of these cameras, shoot me a comment down in the comment section below. But for now, let's talk about the 9 reasons why every DJ or music artist should own a good camera. Number 1, it's basically a Swiss Army knife. Now, I know this term gets tossed around, and basically this video could literally be 8 reasons why a camera is a Swiss Army knife for DJs and music artists. But hear me out why I put this in one category. I'm going to be explaining to you how several DJs could benefit in owning a camera. But several times, a lot of those reasons don't manifest themselves until you actually have the tool. Realizing what these benefits are and what they're going to be, it starts with simply having and knowing how to use a camera. And take it from me, you don't really realize what these benefits are until you actually have one. Number 2, content creation. You can use a camera for the following things. You can record gig logs. You can vlog your events. You can even do event recaps. If it's a music festival, they're called after movies. These are ways to visually be able to show people in a tangible way what you do and what you can do for them. It's easier to promote yourself to people that don't know you if they have a visual medium that they can watch to see exactly what you do. Which the next thing I was going to say, you can use it for promotions, or you can even use it for your live streams. I know in the last year, live streaming became really important, and having a proper camera is far more dramatic to the visual appeal than, say, using your laptop's webcam. Basically, those types of videos are things that people like to go back to over and over. And once you're monetized, you can use that to generate a separate flow of income. Also, for you music producers, you can use a camera to produce your own music video for the tracks that you remixed or produced yourself. Content creation can be another avenue of income, and I think that became very important in the last 12 months. A lot of DJs started at 0 because there were 0 gigs. And there's a group of folks that actually took it upon themselves to learn things like using a camera, using OBS, so that they can create content and generate a separate form of income. The folks who relied on gigs, which a lot of us did, but weren't really open to learning anything new, who of the 2 do you think are farther ahead today, despite the economic burden that we had to all go through? The person who created content was actually building a bigger fan base, was spreading the reach of their own brand, and utilized the power of the internet and social media to create more opportunities for more gigs outside of their own local circle. Also, you can use a camera to take your own photos for your press kit. One of the things that bugs me when I ask a DJ for their photo is, I don't have any, or I don't want you to use my last one because that was from 5 years ago. Hang on, let me find a photographer to schedule this, which a lot of times never happens. If you have a camera, if you need a new photo for an upcoming event, you go to your plainest looking wall, set up one light, set it on automatic shutter, and voila, instant picture. Number 3, self-reliance. If you know how to work a camera, sometimes you don't need to hire a videographer or an editor. Or you could maybe just hire the videographer, but still be the editor because you know how cameras work and you know how to edit. Also, if you do hire a videographer or photographer, it's easier to communicate ideas because you understand how their work works. Number 4, having a camera creates opportunities for the benefit of your DJing or your music artistry. Say you want to perform at a local club or even a music festival. 11 out of 10 times, they're probably not looking for a DJ. However, they usually don't object to somebody coming in and recording promotional footage that will help promote their venue. Now, some places are stricter about their branding, but for the most part, if you're actually doing something that might get more people in the door, doing that regularly might help you build the rapport so that maybe one day, if the local DJ has to take a break, take a vacation, you might have a spot there. And here's a little industry secret, which I wouldn't even call it a secret, but I think DJs might not want you to know about it. Music festivals, including some of the corporate ones, but many of the local grassroots ones, are always looking for promotions, specifically ways to promote the event. They're almost never looking for performers or DJs because, let's face it, everybody wants to play at their event. Give them something to get more people there, and you have a better chance of getting one of those spots. Number 5, benefits for a mobile DJ. Now, I rarely comment about the mobile DJ industry because I myself am not a mobile DJ. But here's a few thoughts that I can share from what I've seen other DJs do. There's DJs out there who have no interest in being mobile DJs. They might be club DJs, but they don't want to do the weddings. Majority of DJs are introverts, so the idea of a wedding is too much attention and spotlight and can be very exhausting inside. However, I know some DJs who took an alternate part instead of being the DJ at the wedding that they find more enjoyable and is a way for them to make money from a wedding. And that's simply to be a photographer or videographer at the wedding. It's socially less demanding because you're not expected to be the entertainer of the night. And you're dealing with just a few people at a time. And believe it or not, sometimes the photographer or videographer gets paid more than the DJ. Not every time, but you know which DJs I'm talking about. Mobile DJs talk about this all the time. Some DJ comes in, charges $500, but the bride and groom still hired a $3,000 videographer or photographer. Number 6, lighting. Knowing how to work a camera not only makes you more aware of the lighting, but it also creates a better awareness for programming, staging, and balancing DMX lighting. When you understand lighting from a camera point of view, you have a better perspective in making a more photogenic, or videogenic, if that's a word, a better platform for photos, including for the personal photos people are taking with their phones. Number 7, editing. You know, editing video isn't too far different from when you're editing music in a DAW, like Ableton. In fact, a lot of things look the same. It's a timeline with your clips in layers. When you learn how to do video editing, which is basically cutting clips, trimming them, and rearranging them, you're learning fundamentals that is very similar to doing that with music. Also, you start learning how to balance audio. So here's one small little tip that I do. I always max out my music audio in my tutorials at -11 decibels, while vocals go all the way to -3. And then at the 0 mark, I just have a hard limiter. The music is loud enough so that people can hear it without my voice being too loud, but it's loud enough to be heard over the music. That's exactly what my ongoing template is in Adobe Premiere. Knowing how to balance audio will help you refine your audio engineering skills that can be applied to how you treat the big professional audio system when you're actually DJing or performing. It can also help you refine your audio editing skills that could one day lead to you editing your own music tracks or even remixing them or producing them from scratch. Number 8, you can rent out your studio space for camera work. There's folks out there who actually now rent out their live streaming space for DJs so that they can live stream from their studio, because the person who owns the home or studio got ahead and learned how to work from the DJ gear to the streaming to the cameras. Some folks have created live stream studios that they rent out, like whether it's in their home or their office. But whatever the case is you don't have to use your studio space with your camera just for yourself. You can rent it out. You can bring DJs in to maybe use your room for an hour, and it's all set up because you already have OBS already. You just got to give them a stream key. And it doesn't necessarily have to be as complicated as a DJ or a music performer. For a simpler method, you can rent out your setup for corporate, business, or public officials so they can use it for conferencing, for live conferencing, or simply recording content. And the last one, number 9, you would have an advantage over 80% of DJs. I did a recent poll here on my YouTube channel, and I wish I had a bigger sample size, but there was hundreds of people who polled in, and I basically asked, who owns a camera? 80% of DJs said no, and 20% of DJs said yes. I was actually a little surprised because I thought there would be more DJs who use cameras, because many DJs I know own cameras. But with everything I listed off, these are all things that could help you grow and expand your brand that 80% of DJs either have to pay someone else to do or just don't have access to do. Remember, it's easier to market yourself and get bookings when folks who don't know you have a medium where they can see exactly what it is you do. Human beings are visual creatures, and sometimes they have to see and hear it for themselves as opposed to just getting word of mouth from someone else. It doesn't matter how great of a night or how great of a vibe you did at one event. The problem with that is that there's no tangible content that people can take home and recreate that and share it with others. What you can do is to create your own tangible content, and it's not always just with music you make or mixes that you upload. The camera provides the visual aspect. Even though it's not directly related to mixing music or playing your instrument or producing tracks, that's why I believe every DJ or music artist should own a camera. Once again, if you want to see a video talking about the type of cameras that might be suitable for you, shoot me a comment down below. And of course, if you got any questions, comments, or anything to add about the topic we talked about today, also shoot them in the comment section below. Would love to hear your thoughts, answer any questions, or learn anything new that I didn't cover in this video. If you like this video, please smash that like button. And if it's your first time here and you found this video useful, please click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that little bell icon so you get a notification the next time I upload a video. And don't forget, I do have a Twitch account where I do all my mix show live streams. I like to change up the type of DJ gear I use, so the ones I talk about here on my YouTube channel, you can see live in action. So add me on Twitch. All right, really appreciate you for watching. Thanks, take care, and stay healthy.